All right, Coach.
Well, I'll start out by just addressing the obvious. It's been a tough 24 hours for me personally and my family with the passing of my mother, and that's never easy no matter how old you get. So it's been quite challenging. But I do want to say there was, on an encouraging note, it was really good to hear from so many great Auburn people that were very supportive and people outside the Auburn family as well. And it was very encouraging to hear the different thoughts and prayers that went out for me personally and my personal family. But we're going to, and I appreciate everybody respecting the privacy of that. It's again, it's tough. We're going to have a private ceremony, private family ceremony at some point moving down the road, not necessarily this week, but I want to get that off the plate because I'd like to make this more about Auburn football and playing Texas A&M and kind of moving forward into that. But again, I do want to say thank you to a lot of people out there that were very good to myself and my family. I do want to say this about Philip Lutzenkirchen, and it's really in our team meeting Sunday, I said to the team, this is a guy that he's crushed right now. He's put so much into Auburn and came back, and he's really tried to play all year with just a painful, kind of a painful injury right now that, he was pushing through and he was pushing through and he was pushing through, and, he just couldn't do it anymore. And, he's crushed when, you have 5 weeks left in the season and then all of a sudden, your season's over. And again, he's going to have surgery this week. It's going to be a long rehab process for him. But I do want to say that I'm very proud of him and trying to push through in a year that was tough for him physically. Never gave up. He went till he couldn't. He went till he gave out. Couldn't go anymore. I got a high level of respect for any young guy that does that, and he certainly did that. But to speak of the rest of the injuries, I think we're pretty much in the same spot that we were. The other day, D. Ford is a work in progress. Several others are too. So we'll continue to monitor that as the week goes on.
With Lutz, do you anticipate him having any special role more so than just an injured player as far as?
Well, we definitely want him to be around all the time, and again, we don't know exactly what that's going to look like after he gets his surgery. But he's part of this football team. He's part of this family. He's been a great contributor to us since he got here, since he was a true freshman. What a career he's had here. So he's going to, he's always going to go down, here in the record books as a guy that's an Auburn man and been very productive. So we want and expect him to be around here all the time, and that's who he is. He'll be here he'll be here for meetings. He'll be here for practice. That's just who he is.
Gene, he has seemingly tried to use his popularity to really do a lot of things away from football. Could you just talk about that and what you've seen of that?
I think that's the mark of the man. I just think that's we try to get our guys here to understand the importance of being able to give back to other people. And you can go back to cancer patients that probably, I don't know any of you know anything about it or you don't, but cancer patients is behind the scenes. He really tries to encourage and embrace and meet with and talk with, and I mean, that's just one small example, but he's done that since he's been here. And that means a lot because that's a sense of responsibility that all of our guys have, whether they know it or not. Some do more than others, but he's certainly one that he always has done that.
This Philip guy could play in the NFL, you think?
Yes, I think there's no question that he's it's going to be challenging how these next 5 or 6 months unfold, depending on how his injury and how the recovery process is for his injury. But I think that's part of his pain too. And again, I think that You know, he's a guy that certainly has that opportunity. He'll take advantage of it the best way he can, but, you know, I'm sure that's weighing heavy on him as well.
Anything else?
Appreciate it.